Boar's Head was a place where bands came together, performed, a lot of local people. They had a pool table, darts, the whole bar shebang. It was kind of a draw for local bands.
Shelley used to go there at least a couple times a week. We'd play pool down there and drink.
The Boar's Head was somewhere that I went to occasionally, but the one time where I went to go visit the guys was probably like July, August of 1994.
She got together with this guy we all knew, Sergio, and he had a big alcohol problem. They would get into some nasty fights, all alcohol-induced.
My guys finished around midnight. I went to shoot some pool, and there was a couple people at the bar. One of them was a girl, and that happened to be Shelley. We asked if we could shoot some pool, played for drinks, and shot some pool.
He asked me if he could buy me a drink. I said, yeah, whatever. You want to go out? No, I don't date, okay? I charge about $300 an hour, and I doubt you can afford that.
If she said anything about charging to date and stuff like that, it never happened to me.
He's like, no, really, maybe we could go out and just play pool sometime. I'm like, no. And he goes, do you get high? I'm like, well, yeah, I do that. Now you're talking. Like, what do you got? Meth.
She found out I did have speed, and then she immediately told me that she was a girl who goes to college and could really use it because she had to get up the next day to go to college, and that was kind of a line to do some drugs. Divulging, I need drugs, but got to have a storyline behind it. It was when we were leaving, we just exchanged numbers, or she handed me a card. I don't even know if I gave her my number. And then we both peeled off and raced out of there to the freeway.
She gave me a business card and said, here, call her, we can hang out. And it had her phone number, and it said Tiffany.
The name on the card was Tiffany. So later on, a few months down the road, it wasn't until I actually probably seen her again and shot another game of pool, and then maybe seen her a few more times where I realized she had a daughter, and her name was Tiffany.
There was this group in Hollywood that went to grand openings and premieres and stuff, and they were called the Hollywood Mermaids. And they were all a bunch of real pretty girls that would dress up in like Cinderella ball gowns and go to these events and mingle with people. And so a couple times I went with Shelley. I remember going to the Magic Castle in Hollywood. Shelley would send me to the bar to have a drink and disappear for, 15, 20 minutes. That's when I was starting to realize that she was a working girl. I just thought she was really friendly.
I didn't really have an interest in her. She didn't really have an interest in me beyond just being friends and having fun like in a bar. And that's as far as it went. So shooting pool, throwing darts, and drinking, having a few drinks.
5 minutes to 2, and we were trying to find a 7-Eleven so we could get some more beer. And we finally found one, but it was already 2 o'clock. And I said, Shelley, don't even go in. We're not going to get the beer. And she said, oh yeah, watch this. And she took off her top, bra and everything, and just walked right in. And the clerk's jaw hit the floor. And she just walked straight to the fridge, got her beer, threw some money on the counter, and walked out.
Occasionally we'd go to a club or something, but you got to remember I did work graveyard Monday through Friday and sometimes on Saturdays.
So one day Shelley calls up and says she's going to pick me up and take me to this World Cup soccer closing ceremony party. So she picked me up and we went over there. And this time she gave me a $100 bill and sat me at the bar and told me just to sit there. And she must have stopped by, at least 4 or 5 times and handed me more money to hold for her. And then she'd disappear again and come back, hand me some more money. And one time I noticed it looked like mayonnaise on her leg. And I realized what she was doing.
I did not know that Shelley was even a porn star or really anything. I just thought maybe she was a stripper at best when I first met her. Was I naive? I was naive enough to not really understand what that this girl was a porn star or even a prostitute. I had no idea at the time. I found out that she was a prostitute or a porn star probably 5 or 6 months after I had met her, and we had maybe gone out to shoot pool or throw darts or whatever. And I found out basically by her, I thought she was joking on the phone saying that she charged $300 an hour. I overheard it and I did not know what to do with it at the time. And, like I said, I was kind of naive to a certain point. And then to another point, I was kind of like, unbelievable, like unbelievable. Okay, this is all kind of coming together. At the same time, I really couldn't grasp my arms around what it took to do something like that. I didn't ponder this whole idea that what would go into being a porn star. I just didn't.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Roxy.
She didn't really tell me anything about making of pornography at all. What she did tell me was that she did have like this black heart and a rough childhood that led her up to making choices of stripping, taxi dancing, and prostitution, and she just claimed it was a vicious cycle for herself of not wanting to do this, not wanting to be in this pit, and life never changing, and being a washed up. I think she called it a washed up prostitute.
I never heard her ever say that she didn't like porn. She enjoyed it. She thrived on it. She loved it. We walked into the apartment and she turned on the TV and then threw me a VHS tape, and it had her, Shelley, on the cover with about 6 penises. And one in each hand. I think 2 in her mouth. I don't know. I was so shocked. I was just like, Shelley, oh my God. And then she took her shirt off and just paraded around topless in front of me and this guy.
It was a 2-story apartment, and Tiffany had one room and Shelley had the other room. And then downstairs, obviously, there was a kitchen and just a really open living room.
Couches downstairs, kitchen. And then upstairs, there was 2 bedrooms. One was like a normal bedroom. I guess her and Tiffany slept in there. And then one was like the bedroom that she entertained in.
I would say that, this furniture, there was nice sets of furniture, but then, maybe other stuff wasn't so nice.
Shelley came home from whatever she'd been doing, and I remember seeing her pumps, and she was holding them in her hand and walking barefoot. And I was like, what is on your heel? And I got closer and I looked and I could see pieces of skin and hair and blood all over her shoe. And I was like, what the hell? And she said, well, he didn't want to pay me, so I had to beat the shit out of him. And that's from his head.